It seems that these days, no one can stand JLo. This is so shocking. It seemed like she was so loved before. Why is this? Her tour sales were absolutely awful. Her documentary was made fun of like crazy. In her career, it seems to be spiraling.
Everybody thought I was crazy.
On top of all of this, there are speculations that she's actually going through a divorce. Rumor has it that Ben is also completely fed up with her, even going as far to rent an Airbnb for $100,000 a month just to get away from her. What's the real reason for the intense dislike of Jenny? We're gonna reveal that now. So, the biggest element of JLo's persona is that she's from the Bronx. She calls herself Jenny from the block. She's a girl from the Bronx that worked really hard to make it big. I'm still Jenny from the block. But people are now questioning if this is even authentic. Sources online say that she's milked this so much that it's just getting ridiculous now and that it's not working for her anymore. Being authentic online is tricky. People often criticize someone's personal experiences just because they don't match their own. Overthinking everything can make us believe our experiences are the most important. And JLo likes to reflect a lot, but does that make her fake? Isn't everyone in the public eye a bit like that? Being genuine and sharing personal stories is part of being famous, but it's a tough balance. Fans can quickly turn on you if they find you too annoying, too visible, or too perfect, especially if you're a woman.
You know, it was like a tough one for me.
Men in Hollywood don't usually face this as much. People said in her documentary that she came off as highly fake, bringing up her Jenny from the block persona numerous times. But isn't it a defining part of her story? She's super successful, very rich, and incredibly powerful. JLo could easily spend $20 million of her own money to make a movie about her love life. She's committed to her story, even if it feels like we've heard it a lot. JLo's way of staying true to her roots might seem cringy rather than fake. She's never let the fear of embarrassment stop her from living out loud though. You have to admire that because most of us couldn't handle it. The backlash she gets just shows how hard it is to stay connected to where you come from while dealing with bigger dreams. If you become too successful or move away, the people and places that you've left behind, they might not accept you anymore. Balancing your roots with your ambitions is tough, and sometimes it means losing something that's important unless you make it a priority. But even then, there are no guarantees. It's like a plot of every Hallmark movie. While we all need to be humbled sometimes, authenticity is really about what it means to you. So apparently Ben was also really unhappy with private letters being shared. We're gonna get into that. Ben did not want their private love letters to be shared in her new documentary. He walked in the documentary to JLo sharing her love letters to a bunch of her musicians. He seemed taken aback and then later said, "I really find the beauty and poetry and the irony in the fact that it's the greatest love story never told. If you're making a record about it, kinda seems like you're telling it." He also said, "Things that are private, I always felt are sacred and special because, in part, they're private." Jennifer Lopez is acting in desperation, trying hard to save her marriage after mistakenly fleeing the country in a fit of rage to teach her husband a lesson.
I think I need to forgive myself some things.
Was this a mistake? It looks like it. This is according to sources. JLo is now grasping at straws, trying to fix things in an already broken marriage. Ben is already showing interest in his ex-wife Jennifer Garner, spending more time with her, venting to her about his relationship with JLo, seeking advice, and spending quality time with her and the kids.
People are projecting something onto me that I don't feel about myself at all.
Not to mention, Jennifer Garner has a close relationship still with Ben's mom. Sources have said that Jennifer Garner is the one who left Ben. Then JLo decided to take him back, but does he still want to work things out with his ex-wife? Is he double dipping? Jennifer Garner is currently, at the time of this video, single. We had an exclusive interview with JCK and here's what she had to say about the situation. She said, "In my opinion, JLo and Ben are not a match. She comes off as a bit self-absorbed and Ben seems like a miserable person. Jennifer Garner didn't want him, so JLo came, scooped him up after 20 years of being separated and tried to make things work. I wouldn't be surprised if Ben wanted Jennifer Garner back. They share 3 kids together and they're still close. His mom seems to love Jennifer Garner and JLo and Ben are constantly arguing."
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are taking some space amid continued rumors of marriage tension.
Yikes, guys. Jennifer rushed back from the trip, straight back to Ben, tried to fix things after maybe realizing she acted too hasty. According to reports from the Mirror, Jen left because she needed time to reflect on her marriage. Could this have given the couple time to realize that they needed to fix things? Or is this a further wedge in a divorce that is about to happen? During her getaway, JLo sunbathed on a boat in a white one-piece during her trip and was caught snapping selfies of her backside. In her absence, Ben Affleck got into a heated exchange with a paparazzi outside their Beverly Hills home and was filmed ripping into them. Apparently the paparazzi was flashing lights, which Ben found dangerous, and he mentioned that he was also protecting their daughter.
My daughter's coming down here. If you flash the lights on her, you're putting her in danger. You understand that? Yeah.
It must be frustrating dealing with people trying to take photos of you all day long and not respecting the fact that you're human like the rest of us. Ben and Jennifer were first engaged from 2002 to 2004, rekindling their romance in 2021. Ben Affleck proposed again the following year, and the pair got married in Las Vegas and in Georgia in July and August 2022. Jennifer Lopez has remained quiet about rumors that they're heading for divorce and selling their mansion, scolding the single reporter who dared ask about her relationship during her Atlas press tour last month. With all of this happening, JLo's career is said to be spiraling. She's had to cancel her tour, which she said was necessary due to the fact that she needed to spend more time with her friends and family. But according to sources, the real reason she canceled her tour is because the ticket sales were so low that if she actually went through with it, some days would be performed to literally empty rooms. For an internationally famous celebrity, this could be quite embarrassing. With her career and her marriage apparently on the rocks, it's a very sad situation, and hopefully she can improve both areas of her life.
Benny, buddy, you want to talk? My line's always open, you know?
And nothing's wrong. I'm like, I'm listening to this thing. I start thinking something wrong.
Guys, Ben Affleck has been looking a bit rough around the edges. Let's check in and see why, shall we? Ben Affleck frequently appears dejected while out in Los Angeles and agitated while he attends red carpet events, giving the impression that he is not the happiest guy in Hollywood. Now that his marriage to Jennifer Lopez, which lasted less than 2 years, is allegedly in trouble, Ben Affleck seems especially glum.
I have no explanation for that.
However, this Ben, who gained notoriety more than 30 years ago with the 1992 film School Ties, has it all, including an estimated net worth of $150 million. Affleck is the recipient of 2 Academy Awards, one for directing Argo in 2013 and the other for penning Good Will Hunting in 1998.
And we thought, oh, you make movies, you win Oscars, that's how it goes.
The native of Cambridge, Massachusetts is so well known that he appears on magazine covers in high-profile films and in a significant Dunkin' Donuts ad. His immense riches from films like Batman v Superman allows him to rent a $100,000 per month mansion in Los Angeles. Additionally, he has been married to a number of stunning ladies, including Gwyneth Paltrow, Jennifer Garner, the mother of his 3 children, and JLo, his second wife.
Getting back together, I said, listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media.
It appears that nothing has made him really happy though, and 1,000 memes have been inspired by his sour attitude. Benny addressed his grumpiness during a conversation with Kevin Hart for an episode from season 4 of his show, Heart to Heart. In addition, Affleck talks about his expression when he's not smiling. He claims to be shy, which is an unlikely excuse given that he's been in front of the camera for 30 years. Ben said, "I'm also a little shy. I don't like a lot of attention. This is why people see me and they're like, why is this dude always mad? Because someone had their camera sticking in my face, and I'm like, okay, here we go." Then here comes Kevin Hart out of nowhere to tell him he has resting bench face. Ben responded by pretending he was angry. "I have resting hard face. People are projecting onto me something that I don't feel about myself at all.
People are projecting something onto me that I don't feel about myself at all."
Hart loses some points for not questioning Ben about why, if he doesn't enjoy attention, he stays in the entertainment industry. Ben, who also directs, doesn't intend to give up acting clearly, as The Accountant 2 is currently in production. This comes after a source informed DailyMail.com that JLo's primary grievance with her spouse is that he was constantly grumpy and negative, akin to Sesame Street's Oscar the Grouch or My Landlord. The insider claimed that people would be easier on her if they could see what she had truly endured. Ben is a great guy, but he can be grumpy and a downer. I think the world saw that in photos like when they were at the Grammys. He wouldn't smile. If they saw how it really was, they would not attack her, said the friend of Jennifer. He chain smokes and cusses and seems irritated a lot of the time. Great director and actor, but not a lot of laughs with him, you know, said the source. He is a wonderful father though, and JLo knows that too and doesn't want to give up. She is really not used to this kind of bad feedback, but she will get over it. She will march on, said the pal. Jennifer is a very smart and strong woman, and she will bounce back. She always does. Regarding the current state of Jennifer and Ben's relationship, the insider stated that it is cordial. Not a great word to use. But what happened to the happy-go-lucky happy-go-lucky Ben who would publicly make out with Jennifer and smile at fans. The insider mentions Ben's career pressure. He is now filming Accountant 2, and the hours are really long. He is working hard at it, and it's a lot to juggle with marriage and kids, said the source, so sometimes he is not in the best mood. Ben thought back on his sad meme from the now famous photo of him melancholically gazing into space in 2022 while at a press junket for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Even while Affleck found the memes created by the video amusing, he now worries more about the impact it had on his kids. The 8-year-old video, which has a somber soundtrack, features Affleck and Henry Cavill being informed that the film is receiving conflicting reviews. I remember when the movie first came out, I was shocked by how poor it was actually doing. I really wanted it to do well because I'm a nerd and the original comics were so good. But alas, Affleck looked down with a look of complete dismay as Cavill responded in a professional manner. After YouTuber Sab Conth included a collage of unfavorable headlines from review articles and Simon and Garfunkel's song The Sound of Silence, the video, which went viral overnight, quickly became a spoof. I got to a place where the public perception was so different from who I am that I just stopped reading and stopped caring. Ben told the Los Angeles Times in an interview about the meme and how he felt about it. He continued by expressing anxiety that it would have an impact on his children. But then, as my kids got older and started seeing the internet themselves, that's the difficult part. Even the sad Affleck meme, that was funny to me. I mean, there's nobody who hasn't felt that way at a junket, he stated. But then my kids see it and I think, oh, are they gonna think their dad is fundamentally sad or they have to worry about me? That's really tough, Ben added. But he also thought back to his formative years and how this public identity didn't align with his private one. I think when I was young, people saw me as somebody who had too much or was successful too easily or looked like some kind of cavalier, insincere, callow frat guy, he said. That was nothing like how I felt. I felt like this sort of insecure, anxious, overly verbal kid from Boston who had tried to break into this business and was dealing with his own stuff. But there's an interesting thing about how we come off versus who we are, he revealed. So turns out we might not have the whole story when it comes to Ben. Maybe he's just misunderstood. I'm starting to feel bad for new age Batman. Maybe the paparazzi should just give him like one day? Maybe? No? Yeah, I didn't think so, to be honest. Let's look at Ben Affleck's newest tired look and why the paparazzi are to blame for it this time.
People are projecting something onto me that I don't feel about myself at all.
Ben Affleck lost control outside his and Jennifer Lopez's marital home when paparazzi wouldn't stop snapping photos and blinding him with their flashes. The bright bulbs were such a distraction and safety issue that the Oscar winner abruptly slammed on the brakes of his car, reversed, and exited the vehicle to chastise the photogs. Listen, man, you're gonna get me in an accident. Affleck can be heard telling one of the cameramen in a video obtained by TMZ. Don't flash your lights as I'm driving down the driveway.
Don't flash your lights when driving down the driveway.
Which is a fair point. Ben continued to get into the Shutterbug's face as he attempted to lecture him on the dangers of incessant flashes. Don't do that, that's dangerous. You don't even know if that's me, he warned. You could cause an accident. As Affleck made his way back to his car, another photographer decided to resume taking photos, prompting the actor to turn his frustrations. Stop, man, it's dangerous what you guys are doing. Do you understand? Affleck said, I can't see. You're going to get somebody hurt doing this stuff. Jesus Christ, my daughter's coming down here. If you flash your lights on her, you're putting her in danger. Do you understand that?
My daughter's coming down here. If you flash the lights on her, you're putting her in danger. You understand that? Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez was not with Affleck, as she has been enjoying a solo trip to Europe while they figure out their marital woes. While Affleck directed his ire at the paparazzi, his better half has been spotted taking sultry selfies while wearing a $99 swimsuit during a boat ride in Italy. Following a few days in Italy, Lopez made her way to France, where she attended the Vogue World Show. Ben, who has removed his wedding ring, has been seen spending time with his daughter Violet in the meantime. Although Bennifer 2.0 dropped $60 million on their Beverly Hills, California estate, a source claimed to People that they have decided to sell it because of its inconvenient location. Ben never liked the house, a source shared. It's too far away from his kids. The insider also said Lopez thinks the property is too big for her. The pair purchased the sprawling house in May 2023 for their blended family. Affleck shares Violet, Serafina, and Samuel with his ex-wife Jennifer Garner, while JLo co-parents twins Max and Em with her ex-husband Mark Anthony. JLo has been living in the mansion while Affleck has been residing in a rental home in Brentwood, California amid their marital woes. Affleck has come to his senses now and understands there is just no way this is going to work, a source previously told Page 6 of their failing romance. The insider added that Affleck considers their time together a fever dream. Do you guys think Ben's feeling sensitive now that he realizes that his relationship is kinda, kaput? I feel for the guy, Lord knows I've been there, but you gotta get a real support circle to avoid taking it out on random people, especially when you're so famous you'll be scrutinized for breathing incorrectly. JLo and Ben have a storied past. Previously they were engaged and broke up, both dated other people, then reconnected 20 years later, so it's no doubt they have a special bond. But is love enough? Are they incompatible? Maybe the timing was always off, or it wasn't meant to be at all. Jen seems to thrive in the spotlight, where Ben seems like more of a low-key kind of dude. And he said that the media had a huge part of their last breakup.
Jennifer Garner is apparently sick and tired of Ben running to her every time he has a little problem with his wife JLo. She's reached the end of her rope, and she's fed up with acting as Ben's unpaid marriage counselor.
You don't have a choice but to take them all the way.
This is juicy, guys. Let's get into it. While Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck remained close friends after their divorce and have a great co-parenting relationship, everyone has their limits, and it seems Jenny G has reached hers. As Ben and Jennifer Lopez's marriage is allegedly suffering and on the verge of ending, Ben has been leaning on his ex-wife, and she's growing tired of it. Both Jennifer Garner and her boyfriend John Miller reportedly agree that Ben shouldn't involve her in his marriage problems, as it's not her responsibility and it makes them uncomfortable. Not to mention JLo is apparently so highly uncomfortable with this, and I don't blame her, especially because Jennifer Garner is the one that kicked Ben to the curb.
That something is that important that suddenly you're fighting, whatever that is.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were seen spending a lot of time together recently, but it seems Jennifer has had enough, and she's not interested in offering any more advice to Ben Affleck on his marriage to JLo. Jen eventually got to a place where she was like, sorry, figure this out yourself, a source told the Daily Mail. One of the reasons she had to set up boundaries was allegedly that their discussions about marriage were stirring up bad memories. It was beginning to become too painful for her because it was bringing back so many memories of their divorce.
How are we gonna make it? What are we gonna do?
Throughout their marriage, there were times when Jen felt like she was second to JLo, even though there was no communication between her and Ben for years, the insider explained. She was surprised at how public he became when they reunited because he was always a man who wanted to be out of the spotlight when they were married. Jen opened up her home and her life to JLo because she had moved on from the past. She cares about JLo and cares about their kids and how it will affect all of them. But in the end, it's not Jen's circus, not Jen's monkeys, and she's done playing marriage counselor to her ex-husband and his wife, the source concluded.
And if something goes wrong, if you can let it go, let it go.
Jennifer Garner has moved on since divorcing Ben Affleck, and one of the reasons she might be choosing to finally step away from Ben and JLo's marriage problems is because of her partner. Jennifer is not the only one who's tired of being involved in Ben and Jennifer Lopez's issues. Her boyfriend John Miller would prefer it if she wasn't so involved in her ex-husband's relationship, which is completely understandable. John isn't worried about them being friends, but he doesn't want Jennifer Garner to feel responsible for this situation. Jen is such a caring and wonderful woman and mother, and there's nothing but a deep friendship and bond between her and Ben, the source clarified. John wants nothing more than for Ben to be okay, but it isn't his girlfriend's responsibility to play babysitter to him. That's for Ben to figure out on his own and for his wife to handle. It isn't Jen's responsibility, and he told her this. Has Jennifer Lopez had surgery? She's absolutely stunning, and fans are wondering if it's good genes or a great doctor. She looks incredible at 54, and even if she did have surgery, her surgeon is definitely great. Or could she just be an all-natural beauty? She's denied even doing Botox. Let's take a peek at her timeline, her looks, and see what we think. In 1994, Jen starred in the series Hotel Malibu, launching her acting career. She's absolutely stunning here, and looking back at these photos, I honestly would believe her when she says she's aging naturally. She looks pretty much the same, just a less mature version. In 1997, JLo married her first husband, Ojani Noah. They divorced just 1 year later. She looks very natural here, youthful, pretty. The next look is absolutely stunning. Now this is in 1998. Jen rocked an edgier look with short hair and red lipstick. I personally love this look on her. I think she looks gorgeous. In 1999, she looked beautiful doing what she does best, performing on stage. She looks natural, happy, and radiant. In 2003, Jennifer's high-profile romance with Ben Affleck made fans swoon. They were engaged at this point, but would call off their wedding in 2004. However, they would later get back together in April 2021, get engaged again the following April. I think Jenny looks absolutely beautiful here. The makeup is pretty and her outfit is fire. In 2006, JLo was married to Mark Anthony. This wasn't my favorite look on her. I felt like she was too young and vibrant for this look, but to each their own. In 2009, Jenny looked as gorgeous as ever during the MTV Video Music Awards. This is like one of my favorite looks on her. Her makeup, her outfit, her hair. It's perfection. She served this look at an American Music Awards after party. She looked stunning. I love this look on her. In this look, she showed off her killer curves while performing. She got a lot of flack for this outfit, but I personally loved it. What do you guys think? I don't think it was too much. She sizzled in this look at the Latin Grammys. JLo can pull off most looks and most colors, but I love that she matched her eyeshadow to her outfit here. Jen rocked the show wearing a pink dress at the premiere of her film's second act. At this point, people were going crazy with plastic surgery rumors. But in my opinion, it doesn't look like she had anything done. Celebrities have access to the best facial products and treatments. Her smoky eye here is such a vibe. She totally rocked this look. The big dramatic earrings, the dress, the makeup. What do you guys think? She spoke about cosmetic procedures in the next point. JLo explained why she stayed away from cosmetic procedures during her career. I haven't ever had any Botox to this day. I'm not that person, she told Daily Mail at the time. I don't have anything against people doing that. It's just not my thing. I'm more about a natural approach to skincare, but I want my products to work. I want the hyaluronic acid in there. I want the things that are gonna help because I don't wanna have to go to the needles at some point. Jennifer clapped back at fans who accused her of getting Botox to maintain her youthful looks in 2021 via Instagram. She said, "Get you some JLo beauty and feel beautiful in your own skin." And here's another JLo beauty secret. Try spending your time being more positive, kind, and uplifting of others so you don't spend your time trying to bring others down, and that will keep you youthful and beautiful too. Sending you love. Preach, Jenny. Around this time, people were accusing JLo of getting a nose job, but in my opinion, it looks like a TikTok filter, so I don't ever think she messed with her nose. Fans claimed that they saw Jennifer's unfiltered skin exposed in a reshared TikTok video of one of her workout ads. Wait for the filter to fall off to see JLo's real skin texture, a social media user captioned their clip, which featured her moving farther away from the camera that shot toward the end of the videos. JLo was seen looking stylish in a dark blue satin jumpsuit that she paired with black leather gloves and black leather cap.
Seeing as JLo has been in the collective consciousness for a while now, let's take a look at some surprising facts about her. Maybe you'll learn something new.
If that sounds crazy.
One thing about her upbringing, more especially her mother, that surprised me was this. JLo had greater aspirations of becoming a full-time dancer than she did of attending college. When she was 18, she moved to Manhattan on her own because her mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, wasn't very supportive. At times, she slept on the sofa in the dancing studio. Rodriguez informed Jenny that if she wanted to be in the business, she had to get over her emotional outburden and become more resilient. Jenny also received no sympathy from her mother regarding her job decisions. Even in their disagreements, JLo has always maintained a tight relationship with her mother. Her mother gave her some extremely wise advice, which she credits, "If you work hard, you can achieve anything." JLo comments, and it's true, it's one of the truest things ever.
It was another one of those things my mom just never, you know.
Her unexpectedly brief time in college was filled with unexpected extracurricular activities. Lopez didn't want to attend Baruch College, but she did enroll there. She did so in order to please her parents, and unsurprisingly, she left school after just one semester. When asked what she got on her SATs, she replied, "Nail polish," which might say it all, folks. JLo participated in a number of extracurricular activities while attending school. She ran track at the national level, was a member of the softball team, and did gymnastics. Hence, she more than made up for whatever deficiencies she had outside of the classroom.
I was able to feel that very kind of deeply.
Next, let's look at her old nickname and how she takes care of her body. Surprisingly, these go hand in hand. Because of her sensuous curves that resembled those of a guitar, Lopez earned the moniker La Guitarra at the gym, where she was always interested in personal fitness and health. For JLo, there's no drinking, no smoking, and very little sugar.
No, I'm not a drinker. I just never started.
She occasionally indulges in her favorite food, chocolate chips, and has an odd cup of decaf coffee, but only in certain instances. Why this strong will? She feels that it maintains her youthful appearance, and she thinks coffee damages skin. The results are hard to disprove. Another interesting fact is her sleep pattern. It's difficult to imagine her not drinking coffee given her roles as host of Shades of Blue on television, judge on World of Dance, and frequent performer at Planet Hollywood. However, Jenny gives up coffee in favor of 9 to 10 hours of sleep, since she firmly believes that getting a full night's rest has incalculable advantages. She claims that 7 or 8 hours of sleep are mandatory for her, even if she is unable to get 10 hours. To be honest, it's probably very healthy. Today, I slept at 4 a.m., woke up at 7:30. Wow, a whole 3.5 hours. That's a new record. Next fact is about her workout regime, her body and her mind. JLo has carefully chosen 2 trainers to assist her in maintaining her ideal physical state. While she's in New York, her trainer David Kirsch keeps her occupied, and in Los Angeles, her trainer Tracy Anderson gets her moving. The famous Latina says she appreciates that every trainer has a different approach and that they may change the way her body functions. JLo meditates for 20 minutes every day also because she feels like she has to be grounded in the midst of her fast-paced existence. This helps her feel more in control, and I support it. Next, did you know she used to be a backup dancer? That's right, one of JLo's first jobs was supporting New Kids on the Block as a dancer in 1991. She appeared in their 18th annual American Music Awards performance. She supported Janet Jackson as a backup dancer as well. Jackson's That's the Way Love Goes music video features a peek of the youthful JLo. When JLo decided she wanted to do her own thing, she withdrew from her scheduled tour with Jackson. Let's look at her acting career for the next one, and wow, the only actress to ever have a #1 record and a #1 movie in the same week was JLo. She received recognition for her 4th album, JLo, and the romantic comedy The Wedding Planner, which was released the week of January 22nd, 2001. As a token of appreciation for her mother's steadfast love and support, JLo purchased her a brand new Cadillac after landing her first significant starring role in Selena. Jenny also inspired the CEO of Google to literally create a feature from her fashion. Where would we be now if JLo hadn't worn the green chiffon extra deep V Versace dress to the 2000 Grammy Awards? You know the one. Actually, the outfit gave rise to an entirely new method for Google. Google's executive chairman, Eric Schmidt, said there was no surefire way of getting users exactly what they wanted. JLo wearing that dress. The birth of Google image search thusly. Her sense of humor is one thing that really surprises me. During her guest appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show, Jenny tricked 2 eager staffers with a hidden camera. Joking around like a diva, JLo put on an earpiece and asked the interviewees questions like, "Is my beauty distracting?" making her repeat what DeGeneres said back to her. "Some people are distracted by my beauty, and what's one of your favorite songs of mine?" I'm sure you know Jenny from the Block are a great couple of lines that she says in the episode. And here's another one that's very wholesome. It's evident from her filmography that Jennifer Lopez enjoys romantic comedies. JLo told Redbook, "I've always loved When Harry Met Sally because it really shows men and women and how they are when it comes to relationships. I also love Prelude to a Kiss because it's about someone being in love with not the shell of the woman, but her soul. And that's what I always wanted, someone to love me for my soul, for me as I really am." That's just beautiful.
Are JLo and Ben seriously breaking up again? Ben Affleck spoke up about his marriage to JLo on Kevin Hart's Heart to Heart talk show. He said her level of fame is effing bananas.
You know, people are like, "Hey, I like your movie." "Ah, JLo!"
And he doesn't enjoy the attention he gets from paparazzi and fans, which is probably why he looks so miserable in photos.
You take my picture at a club, a premiere, whatever, my wife. But with my children, that's a different thing.
JLo and Ben have a long history. In the past, they were engaged, they broke up, they both dated other people, and then they reconnected 20 years later. So it's no doubt that they have some type of special bond. But is love enough? Are they incompatible? What do you guys think? Jen seems to thrive in the spotlight, where Ben seems like more of a low-key kind of dude.
I also don't like a lot of attention. This is why people see me and they're like, "What's this dude always mad?"
And he said the media had a huge part of their last breakup. They both have children from other marriages. Ben shares 3 kids with his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner, and JLo has twins with her ex, Mark Anthony. Apparently, Ben is still very close to his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner, which JLo is not cool with. They spend time together for the kids, but according to a source, Ben also runs to Jennifer Garner for advice when him and JLo argue. Soul coach and YouTuber Cerise Fairfax had some intuitive input into this situation.
Well, here we go. Let's not say we are surprised, please. We have seen videos where JLo looks like she is making Mr. Ben Affleck very miserable. I think the reason why she's looking like she's making him miserable is because he's just miserable to begin with. You see, she took him back not because they had this deep desire and love. She took him back, in my opinion, because he was the man that got away. And we know Jennifer Lopez, Miss Leo, Miss Alpha, anything I want, I have to get. And when it came back around again, she was like, heck yeah, that's mine, I'm taking it. You know, without realizing that perhaps that was an unanswered prayer. We have to be thankful for those unanswered prayers. You know, any man that is curb material, like Ben Affleck, remember, Jennifer got him out of the curb garbage when Jennifer Garner kicked him out. Jennifer Garner said, no, Ben, we're not playing that, homie. And she kicked him out. Jennifer Lopez ran to that curb with her wedding dress on, picked Ben up and said, come on, I'll dust you off. But Ben was like, you know what? I can dust myself off. Let's just see what we got going on here and see if it was love from before. So they got swept up in this whirlwind romance, thinking that it was love, but it's looking more like it was lust, because now Ben is feeling like he's in the castle, but he's looking at Jennifer Lopez like she is a dripping faucet, always complaining, always putting him in his place, and always reminding him who she thinks the real star is. Oh well, at the end of the day, all we have to do is sit and wait for the chips to fall, because we know they are going to fall. And when that domino effect happens, a lot is going to flatten.
Just knowing Cerise personally and watching her videos, she has been so on point when it comes to predicting what happens with celebrity love. Guys, this looks like it's gonna be a disaster. When he was on the talk show, he spoke about instances when fans went crazy when seeing JLo. He said people love her and she really represents something important to people. He spoke about a fan that was running backwards while filming, screaming JLo.
She starts running backwards, filming, going, JLo! And then they're all tourists, whatever, just woof.
He said that he might come across as frustrated in paparazzi photos because he's a little shy and he doesn't like a lot of attention. He doesn't really touch on the state of their marriage in the interview, but it was filmed before we found out that they were living separately. Yep, Ben and Jennifer are not even living in the same house right now. Apparently Ben is renting an Airbnb for $100,000 a month away from his wife. And shortly after this came out, divorce rumors were flooding the internet. TMZ also reported that the couple is working with a realtor to try to sell their mansion. They're hoping to get around $65 million for it. 2 sources told US Weekly that Jen and Ben are still working on their marriage and not separating. A third did confirm that they've been having issues and they are on completely different pages most of the time. And this is apparently stemming from their busy schedules. As outsiders looking in, it does not look good. But what marriage doesn't have issues? There's always going to be problems in every relationship, but if it didn't work out 20 years ago due to incompatibility, can it work now?